Hello, hello there, you guys. Welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just gonna be officially updating you on some more current latest news. Now, reportedly now this is about Mesut Ozil now from Arsenal, because we know he's coming to an end of his current deal at Arsenal Football Club. But I said Arsenal would rather cash in and rather than let him go on a free transfer next summer. And we know that he's heavily linked to a move to Old Trafford. We know that Barcelona are now interested in the player as well. But a few more things are updated now about Mesut. Also, reports are coming out from Spain. It broke out in the press yesterday, and it was in a couple of media outlets. Reports stem from Spain that reportedly Mesut Ozil had agreed a contract to join Barcelona in January, and this contract was a 3.5-year deal. Reportedly, these reports are stemming from Spain, and it has suggested out, before that reports were stemming from Spain that Ozil has agreed to join Barcelona, but he did actually suggest out that the Arsenal director had, it said that the other day in the press that the Arsenal director had currently stalled the move in the current process. But we all know that Ozil's agent has been in discussions with Barcelona over this, but I think Arsenal are willing to offload him for around about £20 million in January, rather than let him go on a free transfer next summer. I think Man United are actually, keen on waiting until he sees out his contract, and then obviously getting him on a free transfer next summer. But it has come out in the press that Barcelona, I think, are prepared to pay nearly £20 million for Mesut Ozil. Barcelona are prepared to nearly pay £20 million, but reportedly Ozil is demanding a wage increase. He has been demanding a wage increase from Arsenal. He demanded over £300,000 from Arsenal, but reportedly now Ozil, if he is to join Barcelona, Ozil is demanding about £330,000 a week from Barcelona if he is to go to Barcelona as well. But obviously I think Barcelona are prepared to pay this. Aiden Turin, Barcelona player, I think he's the sixth highest earner. He's the sixth highest earner player at the new camp as well. But reportedly Ozil's been demanding a wage increase if he is to join Barcelona. I think he's asking Barcelona for about £330,000 a week. But there's some reports suggesting now, Barcelona could pay a sign-on fee or just pay maybe about £17 million for him in January as well, but it's looking likely he's going to go. I said Arsenal would rather cash in for him, rather than let him go on a free transfer next summer. I don't think, especially Lionel Messi doesn't want Mesut Ozil at Barcelona. Lionel Messi, he would prefer Coutinho at Barcelona, would Lionel Messi, rather than Mesut Ozil. So he'd prefer Coutinho over the Mesut Ozil as well, because we know Coutinho has been Barcelona's main priority target. But obviously we know Barcelona have got alternatives as well, but they've weighed up a few more options, Barcelona, in case they do fail with the pursuit of Coutinho. But Mesut Ozil reportedly is demanding about £330,000 a week if he is to join Barcelona, as I said. And we know the contract talks are stalled, so we know he doesn't want to be at Arsenal Football Club. I think he doesn't want to be there, because the contract talks stalled. He's nowhere near in the process of signing a new deal. But he did come out a couple of weeks ago that he still was 100% focused on Arsenal Football Club. Was Mesut Ozil, you know what I'm saying, guys? And and Jose Mourinho says he's a fantastic number 10, as we all know. He's a fantastic number 10. He's Mesut Ozil. I'd like him at Manchester United. He's a very, very good player. He's probably, I think Mourinho's keen on reuniting with the player. Because if they were fantastic together at Real Madrid, Mesut Ozil's got experience of being, playing in Spain. He's got experience of playing in Germany as well. So could he potentially make a return back to Spain? And go to Barcelona, and Arsenal paid £42 million for him, just over £42 million for him, highest paid fee for the German player, Mesut Ozil, very, very good for Germany as well, the current player. But he's a player that creates chances, he can provide assists, and he has got a fantastic record of assists as Mesut Ozil, as you all know. He's got a fantastic record of assists, creates chances very, very well. His game plays he plays very, very well when he's on that pitch, as we all know. But it did come out the other week that Wenger did actually admit that Ozil could leave in January, but he did say he actually believed that Ozil and Sanchez did still want to stay at the current club. But reportedly now, Barcelona are heavily linked with him. I think he could now maybe go to Barcelona because reports from Spain, reportedly Ozil has agreed a contract to join Barcelona in January, and this contract is a 3.5-year deal. Is a 3.5-year deal, and we know reports have actually come out and said Ozil has agreed to actually join Barcelona in January. Barcelona could pay a sign-on fee for him. Barcelona could pay up to £17 million for him in January, but also he's demanding a higher wage increase, is Ozil, from Barcelona if he's actually, to join Barcelona as well. Is the current players. So that's the latest news about that, guys. That's been breaking out in the press in the last couple of days. So yeah, but we know agent Ozil's agent's been in discussions with Barcelona over this. But as I said, as I do keep mentioning to you guys, what did I mention now? Dad, what are you on about?
You are?
What are you on about?
That's my jam top in it. Oh, did Bev give it?
Yeah.
I don't know where it went anyway. It looks like that frost has lifted. It was slippy as fuck earlier on. See, the thing is I'm on Snowdon's this week. That's all right, problem.
Shall we go out then?
I might just still run to you. Just still up.
Oh, then. I'll get up in a minute then.
I'm not going up there, but it's too late. They'll have to get that till next time. What I'll do is, they're next June. I'll answer you on it next June. Week beginning 11th of December. But I won't do answer you again at 11th of December. I'll just leave it till New Year.
Alright.
Mate?
Yeah.
I was supposed to put Snowdon's this week, but it's crap, is that job? It's no good. I'll just go to Snowdon's week beginning 18th of December.
Alright. Alright.
I might do some at Snowdon's tomorrow and Sunday if we're out.
Alright, we'll just
I'll do tomorrow and Sunday if we're out.
Do view then.
There's only 5 we're doing, 5 or 6.
Do it then.
Something like that. But it's cold. It's fucking freezing.
Are we doing it then or what?
Yeah, the voice last night on the phone, you know.
We're doing it then or what?
Yeah, so, yeah. Did you hear their voice ringing him up? We're not sure, it's about 12, half 12.
Mm.
I have to finish the finger. I go get kids at 20 past 3.
Right.
Did you hear their voice last night ringing him up?
Mm.
Their fucking voice does my trust in. It really does my head.
Right. Alright. Yeah, I know. Fucking tired. You what? You what? Yeah. But yes, as I was saying, guys, yes, so we know that Barcelona's main price target is Philippe Coutinho, and reportedly, Messi still wants to see Coutinho coming, going at Barcelona rather than Mesut Ozil, because we know Coutinho's under contract with Liverpool until 2022. He's got experience of being in Italy, as we all know. He's got experience of also being in Spain as well, so that would be beneficial to Barcelona as well. And he's become one of the most creative, agile midfielders since he's been at Liverpool Football Club. But I think Coutinho, Liverpool, value the player at around 130 odd million pound. But the difference is between Coutinho and Ozil, I think they're both very, very good players. They're both now Premier League proven, because Coutinho's been in the Premier League 5 years. Ozil's been in the Premier League now. This is his 5th season of process of Arsenal. But the difference is, obviously, my perspective, I'd say Barcelona. In Barcelona's perspective, Messi probably wants, Coutinho over Ozil, but obviously, the difference is Ozil's coming to an end of his deal, and he's going to be a lot cheaper than Coutinho, obviously, because Coutinho's still under contract with Liverpool until 2022, and Ozil's coming to an end of his deal with Arsenal. But Messi wants to see Coutinho there, as I said, and I think, Coutinho's representatives have made it clear that Liverpool value the player around 130 odd million pound. Hasn't been his best this season, due to some injuries that he suffered. Philippe Coutinho, but he did say back in the August window, Coutinho, that he was keen on making a move. He did put the transfer request in, but Liverpool owners and the Liverpool board were not willing to accept any bids from Barcelona. And Barcelona had 3 bids turned down. Basically, they had 3 bids turned down from Liverpool, did Barcelona. But as I said, it did say in the press the other week that Barcelona are eyeing a fresh bid and they're willing to put £106 million in January for Philippe Coutinho. But I still think Philippe Coutinho is their main priority target. It has been their main priority target is Barcelona's, but they've got a few other players as alternatives and they're weighing other options up in case they fail with the pursuit of Coutinho as well. But he did say he wanted to make the move. I think he wants to elevate to a high level, play amongst better players as well does Philippe Coutinho, and he's not going to win silverware with Liverpool Football Club, as we all know. He's currently playing. Liverpool paid £8.5 million for him from Inter Milan, as we all know. It also said PSG have reportedly, been interested in him as well. I think due to financial fair play, considering the amount of money they've invested PSG can't really get Mesut. Can't get Philippe Coutinho, and yeah, so I do think he could still make the move to Barcelona. Could Philippe Coutinho as well, and Barcelona and Liverpool, had talks about this back in August, and I think Luis Suarez also wants to see Philippe Coutinho at Barcelona as well. But I think, as it said, Messi does prefer to see Coutinho go to Barcelona rather than Mesut Ozil, but now Barcelona have turned more of their attentions now on Mesut Ozil, and the press are coming out and saying, reports from Spain are coming out and suggesting that Mesut Ozil has agreed a contract to join Barcelona in January, and it is a 3.5-year deal, and Arsenal are willing to offload him between 17 million and 20 million pound, but Barcelona are prepared to pay that for the German in the January transfer window as well. Still possible he could, come to Manchester United. I'd love him at Manchester United. To be quite honest with you, this is getting on my nerves, is this charger. But yeah, that's a big breaking news about that as well. And also, as I updated you yesterday, and I give you a bit of an update, didn't I, guys, on Alexis Sanchez. He's another player that's coming to an end of his deal with Arsenal Football Club, as I said in the process. It did reportedly say that PSG had approached Sanchez's representatives yesterday. PSG had been in contact with Sanchez's representatives, because we know he has actually been linked with a move to Paris Saint-Germain. City have been emerged as the front runners, to go on and get Alexis Sanchez, because we know Alexis Sanchez has also been demanding a higher wage increase. He's another player that's also coming to an end of his deal with Arsenal Football Club, and I think Sanchez had made it clear back in the August window, basically, that he was going to leave Arsenal Football Club, was Alexis Sanchez, because he was demanding Champions League football. This first time in 2 decades, Sanchez is, his first time in 2 decades, Arsenal have not, had Champions League football. They've had a good start to the Europa League, even though they did lose yesterday to Colin, who actually sitting bottom of the Bundesliga. So that was pretty much of a shock as well. But I think Pep Guardiola's keen on reuniting with the player after they worked fantastically well, together at Barcelona. But Sanchez, Arsenal paid £35 million for Barcelona. I think this is his 4th season process with Arsenal. He's won like 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons. He's got his face of being knitted with under knees, and he's won honours as well. During his time with Barcelona, he was very, very good there. Won honours. Scored 21 goals in his last season. That was his most successful season. With Barcelona. As well was Mesut Ozil's, but City was so much on the brink of getting the player, because Arsenal could have cashed 50, Arsenal could have cashed £60 million in for Alexis Sanchez, but obviously Arsenal couldn't find that current replacement. This is why Sanchez, never ever basically, made the move to Manchester City, and City were disappointed about this. But it did say still that Manchester City are still prepared to wait until next summer to get him on a free transfer, rather than pay 20 or 30 million pound for him in January. But PSG reportedly may consider actually paying up to 20-30 million pound for him in January. As well, Alexis Sanchez, but he made his international debut in 2006. Did the current player as well, and he does want to make the move, does Sanchez. It's basically been made clear because we all know he can play as attacking mid, he can play on the wing, he can play in the front line as well, so his versatility is very, very good. We know he's been linked to a slight move to Old Trafford as well, and he's a very, very good number 7 is Alexis Sanchez. But PSG, are interested. There's been a lot of catalogue of teams that have been interested in the player as well. But same with Sanchez, Arsenal would rather cash in for him in January, rather than let him go on a free transfer next summer. as we all currently know. But I still think he could potentially make the move to Manchester City, because even if he goes to PSG or City, you know, they've both got Champions League football. Arsenal have not got Champions League football, as we all currently know, you know, in the current process. But as I said, he's been demanding a higher wage increase. He'd approached Paris Saint-Germain quite a few times back in August as well. Had the player, but yeah, Arsenal will be eyeing replacements out. As I said, you know, and Arsenal are basically trying to find replacements. You know, it come out in the press the other day that Arsenal reportedly, you know, been in talks with PSG over a potential move for Julian Draxler, because that's also been an Arsenal target as well as Julian Draxler. But also Liverpool have been interested, because Liverpool have reportedly contacted, you know, Paris Saint-Germain over this. Julian Draxler is a very, very good player though, and Liverpool have probably identified Draxler as a suitable replacement for Coutinho. You know, if Coutinho was to leave, because Coutinho can play attacking mid, he can also play on the left as well, can Felipe Coutinho. But you know, as the same with Sanchez, you know, Arsenal probably identified Draxler as a fantastic replacement for Sanchez. Because Draxler, you know, he's service to requirements at PSG, because he's not going to be guaranteed 15 football week in, week out. You know, with Paris Saint-Germain, is Julian Draxler, you know, considering the amount of money PSG have invested, and PSG, you know, had a fantastic start, you know, to this season, you know, 24 goals, a record 24 goals, you know, in the Champions League group stage matches, you know, this season, Paris Saint-Germain, I think they're sitting top of Liga 1. As well as Paris Saint-Germain. And I think they're one of the favourites to take the Champions League this season, but they're still looking to add ranks into their team. You know, Sanchez, as I said, but then that could then see Draxler go if Sanchez was actually to make the move to Paris Saint-Germain. But I think Arsenal are keen on making a move for Draxler. Draxler was voted the best player in the Confederations Cup. Also reached semi-finals in Euro 2016 and was part of the squad who won the 2014 FIFA World Cup with Germany. So he's very, very good for Germany. As I said, he's Julian Draxler, and Draxler, PSG have only had him since January, and he's made a big impact since he's been at PSG since January. PSG paid £42 million for him. Very, very good in his Schalke days as well was Julian Draxler. Made 100% unopposed share, scored 30 goals. You know, was there quite a few years, and you know, he's, you know, what Klasnic is at Arsenal as well, and actually Klasnic used to play with Draxler, you know, at PSG as well. So that's another Arsenal target. Could Arsenal still, you know, with the Lamar situation, you know, if Coutinho was to leave Liverpool, you know, could Liverpool revive the interest in Thomas Lamar to identify him and identify Lamar as a good suitable replacement for Coutinho as well? Because we know Lamar was Arsenal's main priority target during the August window. Arsenal couldn't get a deal over line due to that Monaco, where they looked at and were resisted to actually, you know, offload Thomas Lamar in the current process. And we know he made 32 pounds to Jan. Monaco just paid a £3 million for him, made his international debut in 2016. And Monaco president did confirm he's likely to leave Monaco next summer. Arsenal had 2 bids rejected for him in August. Liverpool had 2 bids rejected for him in August. But maybe could Arsenal still potentially go for him in January, you know, if possible? Could maybe Liverpool go for him in January if Coutinho is to leave as well? Could happen, but Arsenal will be identifying replacements for Ozil and Alexis Sanchez as well. But looking like whether Sanchez he'll go in January, go on a free next summer, but I think Sanchez is going to go. But saying about Ozil, I think Arsenal are definitely prepared to cash in for the Ozil in January rather than let him go on a free transfer next summer, because I think Man United are convinced we can actually wait until he sees out his current contract and then go on and get him on a free transfer next summer. But he said I think Ozil is available for around between 17 and 20 million pound in January, and Arsenal made it clear. Barcelona have been in negotiations, as we all know. So that was what's said. And also, you know, another Barcelona target is Paulo Dybala, another Barcelona target. And Manchester United have been reportedly, you know, interested in Paulo Dybala. You know, there were talks back in September. Paulo Dybala is a Juventus player. You know, he signed a new deal with Juventus back in April, did Paulo Dybala, but he can play as attacking mid. You know, he can play as a forward, good at physical around defenders, good at beating opponents. He's Paulo Dybala as well. Very skillful, very, very good in the air as well. He's Paulo Dybala, and I do really, really like him, and I think this is his 3rd season now in the process of Juventus. He scored 42 Serie A goals as a player as well, but he's got a lot of experience of being in Italy, you know, because he used to play with Palmeiras. I think he joined them in 2012, was there quite a few years as well, and he has strong connections with Paul Pogba because he's in regular contact with Paul Pogba as well as Paul Dybala, because obviously Paul Pogba used to play with Paul Dybala when, you know, Paul Pogba was at Juventus. We purchased him for £89 million, and Pogba's made a big impact since he's come to Old Trafford, but Paulo Dybala's admitted this could actually be his last season with Juventus, basically, because he's actually come out, and Paulo Dybala, and he's basically admitted he's come out and he's come out as Paul Dybala, and he's admitted that he does miss Paul Pogba, he does miss Dani Alves, because Juventus have lost quite a few key players, in the last couple of years, and they are probably the biggest team in Italy, at the moment. Juventus, probably are, they've lost. Juventus lost Vidal, Juventus lost Bonucci, Juventus lost Dani Alves, Juventus lost Paul Pogba, so he's missing Paul Pogba and Dani Alves. He's Paulo Dybala, and he won the cup. He won the league and cup double in his first season with Juventus as well. But he did say if he's actually willing to leave Juventus, Man United and Ed Woodward are planning to put a staggering £155 million in for the Kieran player as well. And that was in the press the other day as well. But I'd love Paul Dybala because he's very, very good. He would dramatically, improve Manchester United. Would Paulo Dybala as well. So that was in the press the other day as well. And, Antoine Griezmann's been mentioned, as I did update you. Who would be better, Paulo Dybala, or Antoine Griezmann, as we all know. Because it did say, Antoine Griezmann has basically come out and he's basically suggested out that the Manchester United move, he's admitted that the Manchester United move is still a possibility. He said one thing could stop him, but it has confirmed that Man United have approached, I've been in contact with Griezmann's representatives over this situation. And I think it is confirmed that this is Griezmann's last season, with Atletico Madrid. As we all know, I think he's got a contract till 2021 or 2022 with Atletico Madrid, as well as Antoine Griezmann. And as I said, I think he's got a release clause of around £86 million as the current player, as Griezmann. But we know also that's been another Barcelona target as well as Antoine Griezmann, because reportedly did actually say, from the press the other day, it come out saying Griezmann had agreed a deal in principle to actually join Barcelona. This is what it said in the press the other day. It also said Manchester City, Pep Guardiola had been in talks with Griezmann over making a potential move the other week, and he did say he regretted the decision that he did not join Manchester United, Antoine Griezmann. But due to the Man United were heavily into him during August, but due to Atletico Madrid's transfer ban, Manchester United never got a deal over the line for the current player. So that was basically, a disappointment. We never got a deal over the line for the player. But Griezmann is a very, very good player. Very, very good number 7 indeed. We still got number 7 vacant. From Kirsch's point of view, wouldn't want to keep it vacant. But I think it did say in the press the other day, Man United are potentially willing to make a move to replace Henrik Mkhitaryan. So it did say, if Griezmann wants to come, we could actually put him in that number 10 role, that attacking number 10 position, where Mkhitaryan plays. Mkhitaryan plays, Mata can play, where Pogba also can play as well. And, he's got a fantastic relation with Paul Pogba as Antoine Griezmann, as we all know, because they both played together for France. And, Griezmann was very, very good in Euro 2016. This is his 4th season now in the process with Atletico Madrid. Got France to the quarterfinals in 2014 as well, did Antoine Griezmann. And I think this season so far in La Liga, he's scored 2 goals. And but very, very good in his Real Sociedad, days, risen up the ranks fantastically well, won the title, then scored 52 goals in just over 2 century appearances, and he risen up the ranks well, and that was across 5 seasons as well. And he did estimate 6 out of 10 he was going to come to Old Trafford, was Griezmann. But that was Jose Mourinho's main priority target. Jose Mourinho did miss out on quite a few targets there, as we all know, but the board have made it clear to Mourinho, basically, we have to sell, before we combine. It come out in the press the other day, the board have promised Jose Mourinho, 3 Galactico signings, as we all know, as well. But yeah, we know that Jose Mourinho still is in search, basically, for a creative winner, because I still think Manchester United potentially still need a creative winner. It did also say Man United were willing to plot 136 million in the other week for Griezmann and for Gareth Bale, because Mourinho is still looking to strengthen the flank position, as I said, and Bale's still under contract with Madrid till 2022, but due to his injuries, the Real Madrid have been under pressure to get rid of him. He's under contract to 2022. Bale has missed Real Madrid's last 40 out of 60 games, due to injury, but he suffered a lot of injuries, since he's been at Real Madrid as Bale. This is his 5th season now in the process with Real Madrid. We know he's Premier League proven, and Mourinho could still, potentially make a move for Gareth Bale, even though it could concern Mourinho, with the record of injuries, that Gareth Bale, has, the record of injuries, that Gareth Bale has, especially during his time at Real Madrid, as we all know. But we know he's won 10 honours, 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons with Real Madrid. We know he rose up the ranks of Southampton. With Tottenham, he had 6 fantastic years there with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, made 146 appearances, scored 42 goals. But he did say, I think, Florentino Perez is looking to recoup the same amount of funds what Real Madrid paid for him from Tottenham back in 2013, which was, about 85 million pound as well in the current process. But we know he's injury prone, and that would concern me. But as I said, when he's fully fit, Gareth Bale is absolutely world class. Crossings good, he's got good physical attributes. As I said, his crossing is good, he's skillful, very, very good indeed when he's fully fit. But we went for him during the David Moyes era, but we never got a deal over the line for Gareth Bale, as we all know. But yeah, we definitely still need a creative winger, Manchester United. And and also what has been reported in the press lately is another Manchester United target. I think Manchester United have showed an interest in him as well. And Jose Mourinho is keen on reuniting with a player. He's Willian from Chelsea, because Mourinho has worked with him in the past. I think this is his 5th season now in the process with Chelsea. But it has come out in the press saying if Conte is to stay at Chelsea, Willian has demanded that he does want to leave Chelsea Football Club. I think because since Conte's took over Chelsea, I think, Willian is frustrated with the lack of game time he's getting with Chelsea. He's only played 6 times in the Premier League this season as Willian. He can play as an attacking mid, and he can also play as a winger as well. Willian in the current process, he has made over a century appearances for Chelsea, in the Premier League as Willian. He scored quite a few goals as well, and he made his international debut as well in 2011. Did Willian plays for Brazil, as we all know, does Willian, and he used to play for Shakhtar Donetsk as well, didn't he? He was Shakhtar Donetsk about 6 years, had 6 fantastic years. Shakhtar Donetsk, won the 5 Ukraine Premier League titles, Ukraine Cup, Ukraine Super Cup. Did Willian as well, but reportedly straight with lack of game time he's getting, and could Manchester United be potentially the next team he could come to Willian? Because obviously we've done business with Chelsea in August, because we got the signing of Nemanja Matic, who's made a fantastic impact for us since he's come to Manchester United without a doubt. But there has been rumours about that also. So really, guys, that's everything to update today. Tell me what you think to the music Ozil situation. Put your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribing. As always, take it easy, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all later. Drop a like. Bye.